I'm briefly going to talk a little bit. Everyone's kind of picked up a toolkit, and that's just a bit of a kind of a helpful guide as to the sorts of things that you kind of should be putting in your submission and places where you can find that information, and also some styles for laying out your answers, because there are different formats. And I'm just going to have a really kind of brief chat about them. So there's narrative, which a lot of people use well, and then there are people that don't use it so well. I think most judges would say if they read 30 pages of narrative, they would be pulling their hair out. Narrative is fantastic for painting a picture. It's great for descriptions. It's 100% should be used in question 1A, where you're telling the story of your business, where you're really trying to engage the reader. Question 1A is, I think of it like it's the blurb on the back of a novel. If you pick that up and read it and it hasn't grabbed you, you're not buying the book. That's what the judges want out of question 1A. They want to read that and they want to be totally engaged, and they are dying to get to 1B, 1C and read the whole thing. So that's what you want from question 1A, and narrative is a perfect way to sell that. At the same time, with narrative, you have to be careful. Some people can get a little bit verbose and kind of, you have to have a clear idea of what you want to say. So I always suggest dot pointing it out and then expanding it, because you can spend half a page saying something that could have been done in 2 sentences. Images, great for including in your submission. One thing that I have found from comments from judges in the past is they want to see the images relating to the content. So if you've got a B&B, they don't just want to see page after page of the rooms. If you're talking about your staff professional development, they want to see where your staff are engaging with customers. If you're talking about risks you've identified, they want to see, if you're including images, they want them to be relevant to the question you're answering. Otherwise, it's probably just taking up space that you could be using to get more marks for those answers. Ian's already talked about tables and graphs. He loves them.
I do. There's nothing better than seeing a graph that shows this and explains why, but there is no issue in seeing a graph that goes like that and to explain why. It's not a drama.
Yeah, there are areas where tables are fantastic, and we've talked about those in your marketing especially, and your business plans, where you've got your goals, strategies, outcomes, or in marketing you've got your target market and your strategies and your outcomes. It helps keep you on track. Often if you were using narrative to get through all of those goals and strategies and outcomes, you'd find yourself kind of wandering around and around in circles and taking 5-6 pages to get through them all.
I'm a great believer that, but quite often you'll get the particular business plan will talk about the goal, and then it'll have the strategies, and then it'll have an outcome. So it might have 1 goal, 5 strategies and an outcome. I think the judges would actually like it occasionally to see an outcome per strategy. So the strategy was to do this, this and this, and these were the outcomes. Now, not always possible, but if it is, it's good to show that you're not just measuring it in accordance with your goal, you're measuring your performance in accordance with your individual strategies. The other place I like to see tables is in that staff development, staff training opportunity. This is the staff member, this is how we've identified their needs. These are the programs that we've run for them, and these are the outcomes. So you can actually see that your housekeeping staff have identified their training needs through this. You deliver their training programs in this way, and these are their outcomes. That again, it helps you to go across a couple of questions. Don't combine them, for God's sake, but certainly show that through a chart form. Okay.
And excerpts, really powerful, whether it's grabbing a screenshot of your website and including it as an image, whether it's grabbing your rating on TripAdvisor and inserting that as an image, whether it's using a testimonial from the mayor about how you contribute to your local community, whether it's a customer feedback that you've received through a feedback form, or yeah, there's lots of great ways to include that third-party endorsement, and excerpts are really good for that. Shots of your collateral. If you're talking about, your brochures, and it's a really important part of your marketing mix is having your brochures in the visitor centre, then include a shot of your brochure so the judges actually know why that's important, what it looks like. And the same again when you're talking about how you monitor third-party websites, and you're talking about the websites you're on and the procedures you've got for it. Use screenshots. They don't have to take up the whole page, and don't go crazy with it. But yeah, judges like to have a bit of a visual, not just being told this is what you're doing, but to see it as well. Okay, key dates. I have put in bold Wednesday is when submissions are due, because it's normally a Friday, so no one put them in on the Friday. It is Wednesday at 5 p.m, but for God's sakes, don't leave it till 4:45 on the Wednesday. So we've talked a bit about mentoring week, so yeah, if you're interested, just kind of flag it with me, send me an email, and then on that Monday, I'll be sending a lot more information out about this through Facebook and the awards e-newsletter, but just put that in your diaries now and plan to have your submission fully completed by the 27th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Another thing to note, where on that Wednesday where it says submissions close, that's also when the individual category nominations close. You don't have had to have nominated someone for an individual category by the close of nomination date, because developing an individual submission isn't like developing a category submission. So they don't need to come to workshops, they don't need to have the mentoring, that sort of thing. So they're still open. So if you know of someone who has delivered an outstanding contribution to the Tasmanian tourism industry, or you have a student who's done outstanding things in their studies and also on the job, get on the website and have a look at some of the criteria and think about nominating them. Early October we'll be announcing finalists, and tickets will go on sale for the gala. So mark that one in your diary too. You'll get a lovely email and advisory telling you if you're a finalist or not, and giving you a link to head to the website to book tickets. Hottest ticket in town. And then the gala dinner itself is on the 9th of November. And then I don't have it on the slide, but the Australian Tourism Awards are in Hobart, and they are on the 15th of February. So if you are a winner at state, you then automatically become a finalist at nationals, and you represent Tasmania. And I've already mentioned earlier about awards advance, so all nominees are you're all signed up for it, so I can make sure that you get all the up-to-date information. And Facebook, lots of little hints and tips. Facebook, just every now and then, if someone, I get a few phone calls in the space of a couple of days and everyone's asking the same thing, that's the sort of thing I'm going to go straight to Facebook and I'm going to post the answer about it, because yeah, where sending out an email can be a pain. Facebook's fantastic. Quick, sharp, simple little update. Don't forget to blah. And I'm always there if you need me. Give me a call, send me an email, and I'll do my best to answer everybody's questions. Don't call Ian, because he'll tell you to call.
I'm just reading the cats. Is that us done?
That is us done. That is it. Record time, unless anyone has any questions. Yep.
You said that the site visits happen in August and they have to be for submission.
Yep.
So you can't claim anything in submission. But, so how do you know what's in submission if you haven't seen it?
You can't be putting anything in your submission that hasn't happened. So anything that you would cover at your site visit has already happened.
So would there be a set list of questions that you'll have that will cover most of those topics?
Yes.
Like we talk about them and then...
Yep. So the site judge works from a pro forma where they have specific questions, and the questions for the site visit align directly to the questions from the submission. So then when the submission judges come to reading your submission, if there's something they want a bit more information on or they're not quite sure, they then pull up the site visit report and they can have a direct comparison looking over, and if things don't match up, that's when there can be issues.
And how much notice will we get for a site visit? Is it 24 hours? Or?
Oh, more than that. Site visits, you'll be, the site judges will make contact with you guys in the next couple of weeks to arrange a time that's mutually convenient. So yeah, you'll get a lot of notice, and it won't just be thrust upon you as your site visit will be 9 a.m. on the date of. Yeah.
This in last year, nationals, did they also have like an anonymous customer?
Yes, some categories last year, mystery shopping was trialled at a national level. The trial is not continuing.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not being trialled this year. No. We're always at the moment we have kind of a couple of components. We have the site visit verification and we have the submission judging aspect. The idea is we're always wanting to try and incorporate a customer experience element to it, and mystery shopping was a method that we trialled to see if that could be a way that we could do it. However, it was found that there were inconsistencies, being that you mystery shop twice. There could be, good day, bad day, different mystery shoppers. Someone who's mystery shopping in Tasmania is not going to be the same person mystery shopping in WA. And there was also a cost factor, which the organisers and the owners of all of the state awards, we paid for it as a trial, but there wasn't a model ever proposed that we could see feasibly how that cost could be absorbed without putting it back on the entrance, and then that was really going to be a barrier to entry if you're asking people to cover $300, $400 worth of mystery shopping as part of entry. But if anyone has any wonderful ideas as to how we can incorporate customer experience, I'm always open to it, and the same with feedback on the awards process generally, and the workshops and the support we provide, the mentoring program, the online entry portal, all of it. I love to get everyone's feedback because I do take it back to my national counterparts, and we do. This is how the rules change. This is why you're allowed to have as many tables as you want this year, and it's why there's no hyperlinks, and why there's now Calibri can be used as a font, is because the feedback comes back and we discuss it nationally, and we're all about just trying to improve the awards.